It's coming. Slowly, slowly.
I think I get permission to buy an air hammer now.
Permission. You just need permission to buy a Range Rover or some stupid Audi Q7.
So this is about time, you can see that.
Oh my god.
This is what you get if you listen to Desktop Mechanics. And I'm pissed. Still better than the Desktop Mechanics method, okay? Oh, it's moving.
Oh my god.
Yeah, about the dimensions, it's really easy. You take the inner diameter and the outer diameter times the sun outside, and if it's raining, you add 2.
First.
During this alignment, it's just very important that the vehicle sits absolutely level.
It's perfect.
What we gotta do now is adjust this angle, okay? This is camber or caster, I forgot. And now I'm adjusting the front alignment bolt and move that out a little bit into the negative here.
It's not happening.
And here we try not to run over the bicyclists. David's Discovery 4, which is a 2016 EU6, is back. And we still gotta fix that suspension issue in the front, okay? And before we go after the compressor and after the suspension system and all that stuff, what do we do first? We fix the clonking noise on the lower front suspension arms, which is hopefully really easy on a Discovery 4 in comparison to a Discovery 3. In the first step, before we do that, I'm gonna drop all 4 corners on this vehicle. So I go into my gap tool, and there we go. It's already sitting on the lift, that's why it's not thinking.
Ah, okay.
When I later on have to tighten the suspension arm bolts in right height, it's much easier to lift the wheels up, and it's not gonna push the vehicle off my lift.
So I'm busy with the dog.
You're not focusing on the job.
No.
Okay? Okay, the idea is that I gotta do only half the work, okay? I always gonna do a step, and then David is gonna duplicate the step on the other side. Okay.
Oh, she's afraid.
So did you see his disc brakes? This is like Fabian's level, okay? It's still braking, it's still braking. In the next step, I marked all of the suspension arm bolts here, so 4 locations, and I marked this one with a 1, with a 2. Are you focusing now on the job?
No.
Okay, that was easy. Excellent, genau. We've just been discussing how we're gonna align the wheels, and we're gonna do that as part of that video. I cranked these loose, but I leave the nuts on.
I missed it.
Okay, she missed it, okay? She missed the Big Bang Theory.
I'm not gonna stop the camera.
We got new joints, so I don't really have to focus on this boot. Okay. Wow, that one was tougher. Ooh.
It's also stuck.
Yeah, it's stuck. But the car isn't that old. That's fully corroded. We're gonna have to cut that.
Oh my god.
Okay, at least this side is loose. One also goes.
So I think you didn't try hard enough.
Oh, I tried. But it's coming. Okay, this one is also pretty stuck.
What? Ah, no, it's not coming. It's coming. Slowly, slowly.
I think I get permission to buy an air hammer now.
Permission. You just need permission to buy a Range Rover or
it's
some
going.
stupid Audi Q7.
Look, you missed it again. You're not
It's
paying
out.
it.
I'm still filming.
Okay, so while you're at it, David, try the next one. Okay. I'm gonna supervise the situation. Try that.
So we try to avoid taking out the muffler.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming now. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't miss it. So guys, if you do that, don't hit the DPF.
And she didn't add like we did, okay?
No, we
did not
hit it. Okay, not missing anything anymore.
Okay, because she already got in trouble again. Now this was all a lot easier so far. Even if we had to beat it, I just had to watch it. But David, the idea is,
Yes. Okay.
if I push it down forward just enough, it's gotta come off.
Oh my god.
Okay, let's do the other side right away, so Vera doesn't lose focus. Okay.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
laughing. No. And it's supposed to come. Unbelievable. That does not work on a Discovery 3.
So a lot of people just replace that entire part with aftermarket. Not a good idea.
You try to adjust them to get your alignment straight, you run out of stroke. But they are also available, I believe, from Meiler or Lehmförderer. I imagine those are not as bad.
No, stop.
Oh, there's still a bolt
You
in?
forgot, they forgot to take out the bolt. This was the smallest hammer twist. Oh my god.
It's... And rotate it to the front and come out. Wow,
That's
so
really easy.
It could be like a Toyota. So if you do separate your tripod joint here, this becomes a bad hair day. So this is about time, you can see that.
Oh my god.
This is completely ripped. People seen worst, okay? We're gonna get some desktop mechanic comments now like, this is nothing! Completely broken and too soft. Here you
It's
can...
completely busted.
So we're using the Lehmförderer bushings, okay?
Lehmförderer is ZF aftermarket, right?
So I make me here a little dot for the stamp. So the stamp goes here. I'm gonna mark this notch here, and here, and here, and here.
Oh, we always got a machine company. It's unbelievable.
But that's why you got a lathe in your kitchen. This is probably our third video where we repair front suspension bushings. And on every single videos, there were a few desktop mechanics and they said, you can just press them out. It's really easy. And so on. So I cut this flange off. I made a tool to press them out. That was where my first time was gone. And as you can see here, there is just not enough room to support this structure in the press to press this pushing down, okay? And to press it out this way doesn't work because the arbor press is in the way. This is what you get if you listen to desktop mechanics. And I wanted to get that point across. And I'm pissed.
See, it's separating.
Okay, if I...
Yeah, maybe that's... Oh, he's got it out.
He's got it out. This is absolutely unbelievable how strong that is. Should be out now.
Yeah, it's here.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so that's some weird piece. I do have it scratched it here on a little bit, okay? Probably like 0.3 millimeters deep. See that scratch?
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
That's not too bad. I mean, who knows if that engine is gonna last until this arm breaks off.
Oh, Christian, pay it.
Oh, I missed it, I
Oh my
missed it.
God.
Jesus, I was distracted by my wife. Okay.
So he got it out much easier.
Excellent, good job. And I got distracted.
Oh, it's coming out.
Still better than the desktop mechanics method, okay?
Oh my god. And because it...
Okay.
So, first drill broke.
Excellent.
Oh, it's coming. Watch it.
Excellent. Ah, that worked good. Try it. Oh, it's moving.
Oh my god.
And I'm gonna catch it this time.
No, don't catch it.
Yeah, I catch it. Da. Oh, der Ring ist noch drin.
He forgot to take off the ring.
Yeah. Okay, got
Good.
it. Oh man, this is tight.
Yeah.
Oh. But it's out.
Yes. Looks like new.
Yeah.
We've been at it, pushing out those bushings for 2 hours now. And she has been sitting here like an angel. Because she's trained well. Not like Luna. She's a hunter's dog.
So I got these nicely cleaned up, including all the weld splatter what Larry didn't remove in the plant when he made these.
So 2 minutes before David is supposed to come, Christian decided to paint them.
That's quick drying paint.
There is supposed to be a dangerous and severe storm coming today.
This way you don't get dirty hands during assembly.
Oh my God.
You're not saying anything because you're eating already?
I'm chewing.
So you think we're gonna get desktop mechanic comments if I put grease onto the joints?
Of course we do. Oh yeah, it's a millimeter off, but it's good enough.
Okay, millimeter is good enough.
Yeah, it's moving.
You're not even at... stop it. It's good enough.
So that's the second arm.
So it's good. Yeah, so lassen wir es.
Yes, alignment is okay.
It's good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, about the dimensions, it's really easy. You take the inner diameter and the outer diameter times the sun outside, and if it's raining, you add 2. See if something that went wrong or if this is correct. Yeah, the ring will go on, and that's all we care about. Oh, whose is that? Yours?
Yes, go.
Good. And good.
My car.
You didn't insert that ring right.
Okay, now everything goes back again.
Yeah, there we go. Number
That
2.
first, then that, and then the rear.
And then number 2 goes in. Okay, 2 is
Perfect.
in. So it doesn't push it out.
That was my idea.
Okay, good enough. There we go. It doesn't slip back out.
Front first.
And number 3, we put it in from the back side because I want these prongs to be on the bolt head and not on the washer. I just have to make sure I'm not screwing up my alignment. Good, it's in.
That looks dangerous. Oh my God.
Stop! Stop! Stop!
Stop!
Crank it another turn. And a little more. The whole idea is to get the vehicle perfectly leveled on our lift. And I measure that here across. And according to this bubble, we gotta go.
I don't know. I don't do bubbles.
We're still too low because I still have to have a gap here. So we gotta go another half a turn.
Slow! Yeah, it's right in the middle.
Now the vehicle is absolutely straight on the lift. During this alignment, it's just very important that the vehicle sits absolutely level.
It's perfect.
Okay, and he's a roofer.
Yeah, David is a roofer with his own company, so he knows about straightness.
Still good. Okay. So my level is also still good. Maybe not for a roofer, but
I'm
for
gonna buy a
Discovery.
new level today. That is already, I mean.
Now this is where a ball screw lift has a big advantage because I can use now this rack and get my vehicle height here to 466 millimeter from the top of the wheel arch to the center of the nut. And because I got a deflate on all corners done, I can do that without any hazard pushing the vehicle off the lift.
So your steering wheel needs to be straight.
Now I gotta check that the vehicle is still level, and it is. So what we got now is the right height set up. And before we tighten the bolts now in right height, we gotta do the alignment. What we gotta do now is adjust this angle, okay? This is camber or caster, I forgot.
Oh, we're looking for the camber.
And I got here an overview with all the angles from the Discovery 3 and the Discovery 4. So the weird thing is on the Discovery 4, the camber angle in the front is different from the left to the right. But if you add the tolerance in, you can adjust them both the same way, okay? We can basically set it to minus 0.3, for example. That's like the intermediate in between. That has to be within plus minus 0.75. We're gonna use this tool now to adjust the camber. This is an absolute measurement. That's why the vehicle needs to be leveled. And in order to set this thing to 0, I need to get it onto a perfect vertical surface.
I don't think we have a perfect vertical surface in our house.
Now, the reason we have a perfect vertical surface is that I did the plastering on this house. And when I did the blastering, I specifically made this section here absolutely perfect. Film that. I gotta get this bubble in the center, and now I adjust this set screw here to 0, and it still is adjusted. And what I do now is put this thing here on his completely worn out discs. I gotta align it here on his disc so the bubble is at 0. And now it's important that the steering wheel is in the center. And now I can read here the camber angle, and you can see it's still 0 here, okay? So we want this actually to negative 0.5. That would be a little better. Okay, you can see the bubble is in the center, and now I'm adjusting the front alignment bolt and move that out a little bit into the negative here, okay? We got plus minus 0.75 as a tolerance, but I'm gonna put it exactly to minus 0.5 right there. I adjusted it here over this bolt, and the bolt is here in between those wedges, and when I move that, it moves that arm in and out. The vehicle is in right height, the camber is adjusted, now we can tighten the bolts to torque.
So that gets torqued to 275.
David makes sure that we don't move our setup. Click, click. It's still minus 0.5 here. So in my opinion, that's still good. Oh, luckily I plastered that so straight.
It's getting better?
It's getting better?
Yes. So I'm reading negative 0.75.
Okay, and the tolerance is plus minus 0.75, and it's supposed to be negative 0.15. So we're within tolerance, and we're very close to the other side, so I think it's good.
We'll
Okay?
see on the road.
Yeah. Not adjusting it would not be good enough.
Yeah.
275 and a bit more.
Christian?
And a little more. Good. Camber is done. At
Good.
least as good as we can get it.
At least something is done.
Okay, here we tighten the shock absorbers in right height as well, because they also have a rubber bushing, and they get 300 Newton meters.
Maybe I should do that.
Now, if you can get that thing to click,
It's not happening.
you need a certain amount of body weight.
A lot of
Oh, you had
body
it actually. And now the ball joints, but they don't need to be tightened at right height.
Okay. Doesn't sound right, but that's what he says.
Oh, I double clicked it. Oh, that's gonna get at least 50 desktop comments. So the last thing we gotta do is adjust the alignment, and for that, I'm gonna loosen up the rods here already now. This way I don't have to struggle with it under the car. Here we are doing the wheel alignment, and Vera is inside the car, and she's got the most important job. She makes sure the steering wheel is straight, and whenever we make an adjustment, she's going through a steering wheel adjustment procedure. Can you please demonstrate that? What that does, it sets the wheels in the front into a nice relaxed position. And the setup we got, we used that already many times, is a PVC pipe on 2 stands, and they are exactly at the same height of the axle, and there is a fishing rope with a weight here, and you can see it's 2 pipes because there is a notch in here. The inner pipe goes through the outer pipe over to this side, so that I can adjust the inner pipe easily from side to side and set the 2 ropes exactly parallel and exactly in a square around the vehicle, okay? Because the front pipe and the rear pipe has exactly the same distance between the notches. That absolutely perfect in the rear and absolutely perfect in the front, like within 0.5 millimeter or better. And you can see how good you can read that dimension with that fine fishing rope and a nice level like this. Once that setup is done, I know my rectangular rope setup is absolutely parallel around the vehicle. In the next step, I made myself an Excel spreadsheet where I can enter this data in, and it calculates me the toe in and toe out. Now here in my spreadsheet, I enter the rim size because that's what I need to compute the angles of the toe. And then I enter the toe dimension, which is 0.6 positive. That's toe in on the Discovery 4 according to the manual. With these dimensions entered in, I measure basically now the front edge of the rim and the rear edge of the rim to the rope. This is how I measure the front edge of the rim to the rope. This is how I measure the rear. And I can do that within 0.5 millimeter. And when I take these readings now and I type them into my spreadsheet. My spreadsheet computes what the dimension is supposed to be from the reading I have in order to correct it to be a perfect toe in. You can see down there with this, I adjusted basically the steering knuckles. We did make a detailed video about this alignment procedure on our channel. I can link that in the video description. You can also download our toe calculator on our Patreon website. I think we got to go on a test drive now. Click, click. That's good enough. And here we try not to run over the bicyclists.
Tour de France starts today.
Okay. In total, how long did it take us now?
Well, yesterday 3 hours and today ever since 9:30, and we have now 1 o'clock.
So test drive successful. We'll see you in our driveway. This repair was complete. I would call it a success because the steering wheel is straight and the car rides nice and it doesn't clonk anymore. But it did not cure the suspension issue. The gap tool says that it's an algorithm-based failure. David is gonna have to come back and revisit us to get that suspension issue addressed. I think that's it for this week's episode. At this point, I want to thank our Patreons a lot for their support, and
We'll see you next Sunday.